Hello, everybody. What is going on? It's Jacob Doodle here. Welcome to the Vancouver Canucks St. Louis Blues preview show. And we're not doing this alone this time. What is going on, Rev?
Hey, Jacob, it's good to see you, and thanks for having me on. I just want you to know I've been secretly watching your previews because not secretly, I'm going public right now. Um,
The
I've
secret
really
is out.
enjoyed your previews. In fact, sometimes I'm like, I'm not really sure what's happening, so I tune into your stuff. And thank you so much for making them. You do a great job.
Oh, thanks, Rev. That's really nice of you. We do previews for every single game, and we do a post game show every single game. So definitely go check those out. Subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs in the next couple months here. It's been a crazy start. So let's get this started right off the bat. First of all, the game is going to be at 4:30 p.m. It's going to be on Amazon Prime, by the way. Really important to mention. And it's going to be, of course, Brendan Batchelor is going to have the call on 650 in the Sports Net Radio Network. But Amazon Prime, guys, I don't know, like Rev, I don't know about you, but I love their broadcasts, and the quality of the streams are so good. What's your opinion on Prime there?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it too. I don't know if I'm like all in like you are yet, but I'm now that you've like really kind of been selling it, I'm gonna watch a little more closely.
Mm,
I do like the Sportsnet broadcast a lot, so I
mhm.
I, I don't think I want to. I don't know. Is it this? Is it the so Brendan Batchelor's on the
Yeah, Brett
radio
Batchelor does
call, but
the
he's not on the
radio.
Amazon
Correct.
Prime?
The prime ones is different commentators. I'm not sure who's running. Usually have some different people every single time, but it's usually really good, and it's good to kind of get like a neutral feel of your team. It's not
That's
just the
true.
same thing. Even though, of course, Batch and Murph and all the main guys, Shorehouse and all them, they're all great, right? Standings. The Vancouver Canucks. Really early standings. We are right now with 2 games played. We're at the 2 points there. We got killed by Edmonton, but we killed the Calgary Flames. So next up here, I just wanted to mention St. Louis Blues did have a game the other day, and it was against the Calgary Flames. And yeah, they looked really good. Robert Thomas specifically was, oh man, he was so good. And interesting to note that Holloway actually, if I'm not mistaken, he doesn't have a point quite yet. So that's actually something to look forward to
Wild.
if because he's such a good player, right? He's so fast too, Rav. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. Now, can we just say something about that St. Louis Blues win against Calgary? It was against Calgary. I
Mm.
can't stand Calgary. They're terrible. And so that's the thing. It's like I think Edmonton just had a rough night. Actually, you know what? I think division teams we play each other really well. Like we're
Mhm.
we're built. Usually we kind of know their tendencies and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not thinking that St. Louis is great yet because they beat Calgary because we
Mhm.
thought we were pretty special too, and then we ran into Edmonton. So
Yeah.
let's see these two teams play tomorrow. It's going to say a lot.
Yeah, it's so early. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so curious to see where we're at that 2030 game mark. Like that's gonna be the real kind of first true eye opener. All right, so here's some quick hits. This is from NHL.com. The Blues lost their season opener against the Minnesota Wild by a count of 5-0, but followed that up with a 4-2 win over the Calgary Flames on Saturday night. P.S. Suter picked up a goal in the win. That was a nice goal. Suter is playing on the Blues' third line with Texier and Snuggerin. And as his wingers, Jake Neighbors scored a pair of goals on Saturday. He's having a good start to the year. He's skating on top line with Thomas and Buchnevich there. Justin Falk had almost 24 minutes of ice time with Cam Fowler there with almost 23 minutes. Were the 2 biggest minute munchers on that Blues team, and again, they're having a nice start to the season. Binnington started in their opener and gave up 5 goals against the Wild, while Halfer got the call on Saturday, allowing 2 goals and 29 shots. I think we're getting Binnington. Honestly, I guess nothing's officially confirmed as we're recording this, but it looks like Binnington's most likely going to get the start there. I'm pretty darn sure. And then we have Braden Shen has been excellent in the faceoff dot. He's 19 for 30, 66.7% in the faceoff. So those are some little kind of notes there. And you know what? With the lines itself, these are the lines for the St. Louis Blues. and just a ton of talent, especially near that top of the lineup. And Holloway's had a slow start so far. We all know what P.S. Suter can do. Like, what do you think about this Blues team, real quick?
Yeah, I mean, they proved to everyone that they're legit. But their tear that they had to make the playoffs was phenomenal. So when you look at this team, there's no like elite superstars, but I feel like it's kind of like the Kraken situation, except for better. That they're just a solid team, top to bottom.
Yeah,
They
solid.
can score on any line, and I really like Robert Thomas, and
Yeah.
Bushnevich, but I think Kyrou is one of their star guys that I've enjoyed watching him be successful. And then of course, nobody believed in Bennington again, and then he goes and wins the Four Nations with Canada, and now everyone's believing in him again. And you know what? I just think that he's just proven he's like, you know what? I'm still alive and I'm still around and I'm still really good.
Yeah,
So
Bennington was so good in that Four Nations tournament. So I think a lot of his reputation got helped with that big Four Nations. And can't believe you're right, man. I didn't even mention Kyrou. That's wild. Like, he's an incredibly good player. Like, they just have a solid top to bottom roster. Like, if you just look at this team, like, it's just good. It's not like there's some young players, right? But like, you still have guys like Pareko is kind of the vet on the team, Falk and all that. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do this year. So let's get now to the players to watch here. For the Blues, we have Jake Neighbors and Pavel Musnevich. And of course, on the right side, we have Philip Hedl and Jake DeBrusk, kinda, because we will talk a little bit more about this at length. But first off, let's get to the Vancouver Canucks lines. Now, these are not 100% confirmed as of the time we're recording the video. If there's any changes, I'll leave them in the comments at the very bottom as when the video gets released. This is what we always do. For example, Mancini might get a game here pretty soon. We don't know Blueger's status. I wonder if he's going to be coming back. So it's going to be interesting to see how they work this around, and if Baines is going to still be on that top unit or that second unit. He's been amazing on the penalty kill, and it's one of the biggest reasons he's on this team right now. Like, he's only let one scoring. I think I read, like, out of all the penalty kills or out of all the power plays the opposition's had, while he's been on the ice, there's only been one scoring chance against the Canucks since he's been on that ice. So that's why Baines is on this team as of right now. Like, he's playing well. You got to give him the benefit. And then, we have our top line. So the big question right now, Rev, is do we keep Jake DeBrusk on that top line for a little bit longer and see if they can work out some chemistry there with Petey and Brock? Or are you willing to start mixing it up already and maybe potentially putting someone like Kane on that top unit? What would you do now, Rev?
Okay, so this actually has to do with the Edmonton Oilers. So when a new coach comes on, they always split up McDavid and Draisaitl, and then they do it. And then when it comes to winning and the crunch time, they always put them back together. And that's probably one of the things that it's struggled with over the years. So my question is, what's the Canucks going to do with that? Because does he shake it up? He should keep this DeBrusk, EP40, and Besser line together just to make some more chemistry. But I would personally move Kane to that top line and move DeBrusk down. In fact, I'd move DeBrusk down to the Hedl line and put Baines with Coots and Leckermacky and let the young guys cook. That's exactly what I would do. And I would throw in Mancini at the bottom there and get rid of Forberg. For next game, I would love to see EP40 and Mancini play together on that bottom pairing.
And just to give you, just for fun here, the devil's advocate aspect, you want to get rid of Forberg. Our penalty kill has been insane, and he is, without a shadow of a doubt, this is analytically proven. This is proven with his face. He is arguably the best penalty killer as a defenseman in the entire National Hockey League.
Okay.
Penalty killing wins big games in the NHL. Significant. Having some of the best penalty, we were third, I believe, last year. A big part of it had because of Forbert, and then obviously we had Marcus Pettersson. So if we do decide to not play Forbert and put in Mancini, which I'm actually kind of in favor too, I don't want to see Forbert play every single game. Like, he's a vet guy. You got to kind of bounce those guys around. You can't have Mancini things. So I would actually, the funny thing enough, even though I'm saying all this, I would actually put Mancini in this lineup tomorrow night as well, and have Forbert take that rest, just like a resting day, kind of like how we're going to be doing things with their goaltending. And but that being said, like, who's going to take the penalty killing duty? So we're obviously Marcus Pettersson would be the guy. Is DPD Jr. there ready to take that role? Myers will take that original one with Marcus. Who's going to get that second duty? Like, is it going to be Hronek? Like, who would you have that second PK unit if you're kind of thinking about it?
Yeah, you know what? That's the thing about Forbert. You're totally right. He's the PK guy. And without Bluger in the lineup, it's probably better for us to keep Forbert in once Bluger comes back. But if we want to have that, keep Forbert in. He's the left-handed shot defenseman anyways. And then take out EP25 and put Mancini in there. He's the right-handed shot defenseman. The problem is I don't want to take any of those guys out, but we have to. And there is going to be injuries during the year. So my answer to that question is if it's going to be EP25 and Mancini together, then we'd put Hronek on that penalty kill as well.
Yeah, so DPD, the nice thing about him too, Rev, obviously, as you know, he can play both the left side and he can play the right side, which is it just adds so much more versatility. Personally, I wouldn't have, like, I want him to play like every game. Like, Rev, I am so high on DPD.
Me
like,
too.
I think he's gonna. I don't care if this is a hot take or not. I think he's gonna be an absolute star in this league. Like, I see the eye test. The analytics tell me he's going to be great. The eye test, like, man, this guy is big. He's strong. He fights defensive defensemen, but he still has untapped offensive potential. I feel like he's going to be so good. So that's interesting there. Now, I loved your little idea there with putting Baines and doing that all kind of young guy line. Yeah, sure. Why not? Like, Baines is a pretty responsible guy. Coots is, he's a young, but again, like, his game is, responsibility as well. And Lekkerimäki's made a lot of strides there. And you can kind of manage their minutes too, around 12, 13 minutes, something like that. And you can put some of the more vets up there. So I personally, though, I would make that switch, with Kane and Baines, but I do want to see DeBrusk, PD, Besser for at least a couple more games and see if they can figure it out. It's so early in the season, and you know what? They are technically producing, right? DeBrusk has 2 points. PD has the 1, Brock has 2, right? So I think Brock has 2. I'll have to double check. Let me just double check that.
He scored last game.
Yeah, so he has 2.
Yeah, and he scored the game before. He's got 2 goals.
Yeah. So he has the 2 goals. So, they're technically producing. Of course, that first game, it came late, right? But DeBrusk, he's had opportunities. The problem is when he's not going, like, you don't see him at all. Like, he just completely kind of disappears off the map there. I want to see more engagement. I just want to see the entire line just engage more, Like, I'm not saying fight or be gritty or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, just show a little bit more energy in the offensive zone, some more creativity, win some more puck battles along the boards. Like, I've seen Petey, he doesn't fall down as much, which is nice to see. Rev, I'm sure you've noticed that. I think you mentioned that in the other stream there. But I just want to see more. I want them to impact the game more. And I give them 1, maybe 2 more games. Now, the power play is a very interesting scenario here because Lekkerimäki needs to be on that power play unit sooner than later. I would still give Kane that 1 more, maybe 2 more games to work out the kinks there. But I'm like now more certain than ever within the 10-game mark, and that's like long way away for it. But I think even probably within the 5-game mark, you're going to see Lekkerimäki on that top power play unit. The guy's shot is just too good, Ref. It's too good.
You keep him on that Ovechkin side, and you put Petey on the other side, and you let them cook. It's going to be fantastic. Can I just quickly go back to that top line conversation we had?
Absolutely.
So the reason why we're frustrated with that top line and this is the biggest criticism, is that people say that DeBrusk and Besser play a similar style and they're slower. So that's why I think we need to move Kane to that top line. He's quicker than DeBrusk. He's different. And that him and Petey will play better together than him and DeBrusk. DeBrusk and Besser just play two similar styles to actually do that. So that's something to look at and just see if people are right about that. It makes sense to me. So I'm looking forward to it. I think you're right, though. They're going to leave them together for a couple more games to see what the chemistry can be and can look like. And but they've kept this line together almost through the entire training camp. So this is the line they want to be the top one, because let's be honest, Kane's on a 1-year deal and DeBrusk is on a multi-year deal. So they're going to try to make this work.
So the weird thing about Kane and DeBrusk, like, they're both not obviously, like, they're not speedsters or anything like that. You know, I would say Kane and DeBrusk pretty close in speed, but Kane, like you said, brings a different dynamic, right? He's more of a hitter. Like, look at that big hit he made at the end of the game. Like, people said, okay, needs to be a difference maker there too. Well, last night, if we scored on that power play, it was because of Kane and that massive hit and having Edmonton jump him, and it could have turned the game completely upside down, right? So, you know what? That last game, he wasn't, I would say, great for a majority of it, but he was engaged. But then in that last moment, he made a difference. And I would like to see, you know, DeBrusk and Kane, or DeBrusk make more of a difference, not just the 2 points, which it's hard for me to criticize a player that's gotten 2 points. They got 2 points. Stats are important. Goals, assists, point, like the name of the game, right? You got to score, right? So I don't want to criticize anything like that, but just more of an impact. Now, our fourth line there, Aturatu can play the wing as well. And then we have Drew O'Connor and Sherwood. Sherwood's been engaged and emotional, and he's your emotional leader of this team this year, 100% with JT gone. Every game, like, the guy is there. Same with Garland. Every game, man. Both those guys, they don't quit. They don't stop. They're nonstop. Rev, what would you? I'm gonna put you on the spot for fun. What would you sign Sherwood for here? Because do you want to keep him first of all, and how long, and what are you looking at price wise? Just for fun.
You know what?
You want me to go first? If you want me to go
I want
first?
him back. I want him back, and I want us to pay him good money. I think he needs to be making more money than Höglander, so I would give him $3.5 million, and I'd sign him to how old is he here? It's
not young.
He is 30. I would sign him to 3 years, and I would do 3.5 for 3 years.
Do you think he'll do that though? Personally, like, it's the cap going up so significantly. Like, if the Canucks came to you, Rev, and said, okay, that's a fair deal, but or Sherwood comes up and says, hey, I want to make 4.5 for, say, 4 years, I think I would still do it. I think I would still do it. I think because he brings a dynamic. I always say with hockey teams, what I love to see is teams that have dynamic traits that define what this team can possibly be. And Sherwood and what we're missing. And Sherwood, if you removed him from this lineup, you can immediately see we're losing a lot of grit, energy, and that's something we can't lose. He brings a unique trait, and we don't have too many of those guys like Sherwood on this team. Like, if we had a bunch of Kachucks and all this type of guys, what's different, you know? But we don't, right? We have Garland and we have Sherwood, right? And I guess now we have Kane, kind of, right? So, yeah, very interesting. And it's funny, we've done this. Go ahead.
I do think that that's a great point, and I'm with you. If it was 4.5 times 4, I'd do it. But this is the one thing that you got to remember. We're stacked at right wing, okay? Besser's not going anywhere. Garland's not going anywhere. Lecker-Mackey's not going anywhere. And then you have Sherwood, and you also have Carlson that's in the wings, and he's a right winger. So if you can figure out to put Sherwood on the left maybe, then we got that going on. But he might be the odd man out just because of what we already have planned for the future. And if we need to pay Hughes monster money, where do we cut? And it might have to be Sherwood. I do not want to get rid of him. And he might just want more playing time. He does not want to be stuck on this fourth line. So I'm with you. Unless we move Lecker-Mackey off and put him to the left wing, that would be fine as well. So I'm with you. Sign Sherwood. He's a difference maker.
Yeah, that is a great point. Like, does he want to be on that fourth line? Or I guess you could put Lecker-Mackey on the fourth, but you don't want to put him on the fourth line. He's a sniper, right? You want to put him with more skilled players. That's a really good point. Like making $4.5 million for a potentially fourth line guy on this team. I know he's good enough to be on the third.
Yeah.
But that's a really good point. Damn, that's good.
I got another one for you.
Throw it out to me. Why not?
So Lecker-Mackey is going to be replacing a guy like Baines on that left-hand side. And so you can move Sherwood up to the third line, and I think he would be a lot happier. You can play Lecker-Mackey on the left-hand side. That's what we're asking him to do for the power play unit. Why not? Let's do that. So,
next up we have the goaltending. So it looks like Bennington is going to be getting the net, as some of the insiders are mentioning, but it's not 100% yet, so don't quote me on it. That Thatcher Demko guy, it was pretty good last game. He was insane, bonkers, mind-blowing, and he was the only reason the game wasn't like 5 or 6-1 for Edmonton. The guy was so good, but it's about managing, and I do wonder, I haven't heard anything concrete here yet, I do wonder if we see Kevin Lankin in this game, even though Demko's been unbelievable so far this season. Who would you start and why?
I'm starting Lankinen. I think they will start Lankinen, and the reason why is he needs to get a game in, and Demko has played unbelievable, but we want him to stay healthy all year, so you have to have that switch, and I think this is a great time to do that on Thanksgiving Monday. Give Demko the day off, and not day off, but in the on the bench.
Yeah.
I do think Lankinen, I mean, listen, he's the starting goaltender for Team Finland. This is a downgrade, but I'm telling you, I think this is the best 1-2 punch in all of the NHL. So you don't lose much, and Lankinen is rested and ready to go. Put him in, let him cook. I just love watching Demko. I love this guy. He's elite and he's amazing. And wow. With him, we're way better. But I'm putting in Lankinen on Monday.
So, guys, that is your Vancouver Canucks versus St. Louis Blues preview. Rev, thank you so much for joining us. Everybody go subscribe to @Kempner Canucks on YouTube and all his socials. Thank you for coming here, man. Have a great one.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.